Look, don't shoot me, I'm just a messenger. Now, what if I told you that income tax, yes, the system that you've been living under your whole life, is quietly becoming obsolete, and not in a good way. And I say that because the governments are not just suddenly becoming generous, but because the world itself is changing into a one world digital system. You see, what's going on is that we're leaving an industrial economy, and unfortunately, we're entering a digital, more automated, permission-based economy. And guess what? In this new system, they don't need to tax your paycheck anymore. So let's talk about why and what's going to replace it. So let's first get a clear understanding of why income taxes are dying anyway. Well, the truth is, income tax, they were designed for an industrial world, not a digital one. So that makes sense. And I say that because income tax only works when people work at physical jobs, companies are located in one nation, when your labor is the main source of wealth, when your money moves slowly, or when your work can easily be tracked. And guess what? That world no longer exists. And I say that because wealth is created digitally now. Companies move money globally in seconds. If you think about it, AI is replacing labor, gig work, crypto, and any other digital assets. They're hard to track. And to keep it all the way honest, corporations legally avoid income taxes while the workers have to carry the burden. So because of that, governments are realizing that income tax is no longer an efficient control system because it's more expensive, leaky, and it's hard to enforce. So guess what they did? They shifted from taxing your labor to taxing your activity, meaning taxing you on the job, from taxing what you scroll, what you purchase, social media platforms. If you want to access any of that, they're going to get paid for it, and you can't do nothing about it. And that is why they want you hooked on this internet, social media, whatever you want to call it, because this is the only way they're going to get paid from your activity. All right, so let's talk a little about what's going to replace the income tax. So what the governments are moving towards now is something called transaction-based taxation. Transaction-based taxation, meaning instead of taxing what you earn, what the systems are shifting towards to is taxing what you spend, move, access, use, or even own digitally. Now, this is going to include sales taxes, VATs, which stand for value added tax, digital service taxes, carbon taxes, usage fees, the list goes on. Now, the big question is, why are they doing this? And the simple answer is because spending is easier to track than your income is. You see, there will be no tax returns, but your digital wallet will enforce compliance automatically. All right, so let's talk about how AI plus automation is eliminating taxable labor. You see, the government is 10 steps ahead of the game. Everything is cause and effect. You see, as machines replace workers, what's going to happen? Fewer people are going to earn wages. Fewer people are going to pay income. And guess what? That's where everything is going to go wrong, because that's government losing their main revenue stream, because your income tax is how the government gets paid. So in order for them to profit, they have to move the system from taxing your labor to taxing your activity, if that makes sense. So what this means is that they're going to be getting paid off your consumption, your digital access, anything you own. And get this, they can even tax you based on your behavior. Can't make this up. So in reality, the real shift is not just from taxation, it's from taxation to permission. Meaning the new system is not pay us a portion of your income. It becomes, you can use this system only if you comply, which is more powerful than taxation, to be honest, because what they're saying is, you don't pay, guess what happens? You're filtered, you're limited, or you're even blocked. Now, is it just me, or this feels prophetic? And I say that because Scripture describes a system where buying and selling is permission-based. Your access will be controlled. If you want to participate in anything economic, you must be compliant. Your wealth can be tracked digitally, and no one can escape the system. You see, to me, that's not an income tax world. That's an access control economy. All right, now let me give you a quick illustration of what your daily life will look like. Let's say you earn $4,000 a month in a future system. You might pay 18% VAT on all purchases, 0.5% on every digital transfer, carbon fees on gas and power, platform wallet fees. Come on, guys. Platform wallet fees. You'll have to pay a fee in order to get on a platform. And a subscription public service fee. Diabolical. You see, the trick is you'll never have to file another tax return in your life. But on the other hand, your effective tax rate still ends up being 25 to 35%. Just silently spread it out. It's no different. So the big picture I want you to get out of all of this is that the income tax, they're clunky, they're political, they're visible, and it's leaky. But the new model is going to be quiet, automatic, behavioral, and permission based. Two different worlds. So you got to mentally prepare. You see, this is something that you cannot argue with. This is something that you just can live inside like the Matrix. Now, on my next message, I'm going to explain how to stay free and prepared for this system that's coming on its way. You see, the system will change. There's no way around it. It's inevitable. But your preparation is going to determine your peace. So your job is not to panic, but to position yourself. Because like scripture says, the wise see danger, then we prepare for it. Look, if this opened your eyes, please subscribe and share this message. And what I want you to do is start building your independence today, because your freedom is worth preparing for. As always, I hope this message helped at least one person. I'll be back at you again tomorrow with the rest. Until then, I need you to keep your head on the swivel, love yourself, and only help who wants to be helped. I love y'all. I'm out.